What is up, everyone? It is Michelle Alexandria coming at you with another review. What's up in your worlds, peoples? My world is going pretty good. Work is going amazing. I probably just jinxed it, so I'm not going to talk about my day job. But it's been a while since I've done anything interesting with my Apple TV 4K, so let's take a look. I've been trying to get my TV situation worked out, and I haven't really played too much with my Apple TV 4K in the last couple of weeks. I still love everything. I still love this device, but it drives me a little nuts because, you know, my 4K HDR stuff just randomly appears and disappears the next day. And it's really starting to drive me a little insane. And it's also why I can never fully commit to actually going all digital, because you just can't trust it. You can't trust any of these companies, and you especially can't trust Apple, because one day a movie may be in 4K HDR, the next day it's not. And Apple's really been horrible about that. You know, other services, you buy the 4K HDR version and that's it. You don't have to. I've never had any issues with Voodoo randomly turning off my 4K HDR content, but Apple does it all the time, and it's driving me nuts. So let's see what kind of new features are available on Apple 4K TV now. I'm going to try to make this video in under 10 minutes. There is one particular thing I want to show you guys, but some new movies I just bought. I just bought It in 4K HDR. It's on sale for $10. I bought Jerry Maguire in 4K, which is dumb because I actually had the HD version, but I really wanted Jerry Maguire in 4K. But I don't know why it isn't like it really isn't like 4K is going to make Jerry Maguire look any better, and it already looks stunning as it is in 1080p. So 4K isn't going to do much. I was really hoping it would be in HDR. My copy of Gone Girl. I can't speak this week. I don't know what's going on with me, but I probably got flagged just for showing that stupid logo. Believe it or not, Sony once flagged me just for showing 2 seconds of the Sony logo. Are you kidding me, you a-holes? So anyway, let's go back over here and see my Gone Girl. So one thing that's driving me a little crazy about the Apple 4K TV. Again, I still love the device, but it is buggy as heck. So there's this really cool feature that just randomly pops up on the Sony 4K on the Apple 4K, and that is, if you go over here, if you first go into your TV, into this horrible wretched TV app, and you go over to library, they have this brand new thing where they group all your 4K and HDR movies together. So as you can tell, I have 182 4K and 4K and HDR films. So don't you people try to tell me there's no 4K content, please. There's plenty of 4K content. You just don't like movies or TV. But I have 182 movies. Most of these movies were automatically upgraded, and it's one of the reasons why I still love the Apple 4K TV. But the weird thing is, and I don't know if I can really show you examples of this, but the weird thing is, like Deadpool I clearly own in 4K HDR, and it appears when I'm here in this area. You see it up here, 4K HDR, but if I go into the regular movies area, I bet you it won't show up as 4K, as being available in 4K HDR. Let's see. Let's do this exercise and see. Let me come out of here. And then I'm going to go Deadpool. And I fucking hate Siri. I said Deadpool. What is this bullshit? What does this bullshit test have to do with Deadpool? Deadpool. Jesus, I hate Siri. Oh, so it actually shows up in 4K HDR for a change. But for the longest time, it wasn't showing up. It was only showing up in that one little section. And then the thing is that that area seems to randomly appear and disappear. So sometimes, like for weeks, I saw this and I was like, wow, this is really cool. All my 4K content in one place. Awesome. And then it would just randomly disappear for weeks at a time, and it would just reappear. And I'm like, what's going on, Apple? There used to be a time when Apple actually created awesome software. I mean, and bulletproof software. Now all their crap stuff is just buggy as heck. So here's some of the movies I bought recently because there's been a lot of great sales going on. There's been a lot of great sales going on. So I bought Jerry Maguire for $9, and all of these I bought for under $10, so it's really nice. Saturday Night Fever, Standing Out was a double pack for $10. Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer was on a special as a twofer for $9 as a bundle, and I don't care what anyone says. I like these two movies. And I'm an old school Fantastic Four fan, but I actually enjoy Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yeah, they have their issues, but I thought the casting was pretty good. I thought the special effects and everything were good. I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like amazing or anything, but it was good enough for me. 310 Yuma I bought because I love this movie, and this is also in 4K HDR. And it was on sale for $4.99, so I was like, why not? Chinatown, again, I bought for $4.99. I don't think it's a 4K. Or is it? No. And Inception, I finally bought because that was on sale for $4.99 or $9.99. Maybe $4.99. I actually hate this movie, but I bought it because I'm OCD about being a completist. And it was the only movie missing from my Christopher Nolan collection, so I went ahead and bought it. Pitch Perfect 3 I bought for $9. Terrible movie, but it's in 4K HDR. So I was like, hey, why not? And also, let me see if Grease was updated, because Grease is now available in 4K. Grease? Yes. 4K Dolby Vision. Awesome. Nice. But the problem is Saving Private Ryan isn't yet. And there are a lot of catalog titles coming to 4K in the next couple of months, including Saving Private Ryan, Saving Private Ryan, Gladiator, and a couple of others. And all of those are going to be in 4K. So I'm hoping that it automatically updates here on my Apple TV for free, because I don't want to have to buy those movies again. If I go back to my library, E.T. is now available, and I now have E.T. in 4K HDR, which is really nice. I wish I had 2000. I wish I had Close Encounters, but for some reason that hasn't been updated yet. And the Close Encounters 4K UHD disc is beautiful. It really is beautiful, but it's not showing up as 4K, which is annoying. I gotta watch Cloverfield at some point in my life. Maybe I'll watch it this weekend. The kind folks at Lionsgate sent me a copy of The Commuter, which I may actually give away next week. So I redeemed the code and they gave it to me in 4K HDR, where the people at Lionsgate actually sent me the Blu-ray. So I had the best of both worlds. So that's pretty awesome. And then, so here, the main reason why I'm doing this video is I want to show you something new on the Apple TV, which is they updated Plex. Plex has now been updated to fit Apple TV's Apple's iOS design dictionary. I forgot what you called it, but now on the Apple 4K TV, this is the brand new Plex interface, which looks pretty darn nice. I mean, it follows it. it fits in nicely with the iOS and the rest of Apple TV. So it looks more uniform now. You don't have this thing that's just sitting out there, looking completely different. So you have again. Let's take a look, and you see how nice that looks. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, this is Plex. This is my entire Plex. I don't know if I can watch this show anymore. Oh, I can watch Lois and Clark. I don't know if I can watch Smallville anymore, knowing what's going on with poor Allison Mack, or should I say poor Allison Mack? So over here you can have The Greatest American Hero. Look how pretty that is. And look at this. It's actually all of these related items are pulling from my my library, and if you can hear it, I set it so that it also plays music. It also plays the TV soundtrack music. So how cool is that? I mean, I think the sound quality of it sucks, and I've been playing around with it to try to get it to kind of blast out, because I now have Adobe Atmos soundbar. So this is really nice, and you go up here to movies, and you can see all the movies that, I don't know, actually you can't see all the movies that I burned. I'm not sure how that works. So let's see what comes up for Moulin Rouge. I'm surprised there hasn't been a Broadway musical for Moulin Rouge. It seems so obvious to me. I'm sure they must have tried, and for some reason there's no live musical version of Moulin Rouge. So here you go. This looks really nice. But where's the rest of my collection? I had to delete and reload my collection several times because I'm still having issues with my hard drive. My hard drive failed, and then, as I told you all before, my hard drive failed, and I had to go in. So here's my collection. Really nice, really nicely done. So I really love this interface because it just makes everything feel uniform, like I'm still on my Apple TV, and it feels like I'm still within iTunes, and I like that. It's really nice. So if I come out of here, let me show you some of the settings you can do. Let's go over here. The extras folder is where all my extra features for movies are that I burned. So I was anal, and I burned a lot of the extras for everything. So like all of this stuff. Even though I don't even watch extras anymore, but I do still like having them. I mean, I still like having them because it makes me feel like I have a complete package and not just the movie. So I like having all my extras, and that's one of the reasons why I prefer iTunes to Vudu, is because iTunes actually gives you all the extras in a very nice, beautiful package, whereas Vudu will sometimes provide extras and other times they don't, even when the extras are clearly available. So that's kind of annoying. So here's, I'm trying to get to, I'm trying to get to, what do you call it? I'm trying to get, this is where I'm trying to get to. So this is how everything's set up. And and one day I may do a tutorial on how to set up Plex. Would you guys like that? Well, I don't want to ask you what you want, because then that sets the precedence that I'm going to do what you guys want, and I don't want to set that precedence. So anyway, so yeah, this is, I don't know how to get to that thing on a consistent basis. That's annoying. So you have all of this. Let's go into settings. So here's the settings area. So you can set up your server, your username, set it up to automatically sign you in. Top Shelf, I'm not quite sure what that. Display Top Shelf media requires automatic sign in to be enabled or pinned. Cinema trailers, you can set it so that it'll play trailers before you start your movie, so you'll feel like you're right in a movie theater. This is your theme music. So this is where, if you're watching a TV show or browsing a TV show, like I showed you with Greatest American Hero, it'll play the theme music on a loop. on that page, which is really cool. But the problem is the quality is horrible, and I don't know how to fix. I don't know how to fix that. The other problem I'm having with my Apple TV is audio sync issues are driving me a bit batty, because sometimes it'll work consistently, and it seems like the only way I can get it to the audio to consistently work is by setting everything to stereo mode, which I hate, because like I said, I just want this nice little Dolby Atmos soundbar set up. So I want to be able to hear all speakers, and I want to be able to hear them pretty nice. But the problem is sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I've been having this issue for like the last 4 or 5 months with the Apple TV, ever since the 11.2 update in December. It doesn't always work out. And right now with this new soundbar, I get if I switch it to auto mode, auto sound detect mode, or 5.1 mode, the lip syncing will be completely off. So I had to switch it back to stereo, and that's really annoying. So anyway, I just want to take a quick moment to show you what's new on the Apple TV, show you the new Plex, and that's about it. And by comparison, let me show you regular Plex. So this may stretch the video out a little bit longer, sorry about that, but here we go. Let's go over here to regular Plex. So about this TV, I did decide to buy TCL 65-inch R17 TV, but the 617, but Best Buy is sold out and is on back order, so I won't be able to get it delivered and exchange this TV until May 28th or something like that. That's when the delivery is scheduled. So I still have another 4 weeks with this OLED. And more than likely, I probably will end up keeping this because all the early reviews on the R617 aren't that good. And I know me, I'm going to just be obsessing over minor things with that TV. So I'll probably end up keeping this. Although really, I may end up exchanging this TV and just getting a 65-inch OLED and calling it a day, because I really, really, really desperately want a 65-inch TV for some reason. Although it's not really worth the extra money, because the reason why I like the 617 is I actually saved money, because by getting the $1,000 TV, it was nice. Best Buy just handed me a $600 gift card and say, here you go. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. So if I end up keeping this TV, not only do I have to give that $600 back, which is insult to injury, but then if I want to go up to the 65-inch, it would be $2,500. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I may end up actually going through with the exchange, because the idea of giving that $600 back is kind of painful for me. So anyway, and actually I kind of prefer this interface better. I like the dark contrast. I actually like this interface better than the Apple TV version of Plex. So here, let's take a look. So yeah, I really like this interface a lot. Well, the thing I don't like about this interface is I hate scrolling this way. I know it's kind of petty and ridiculous, but I hate scrolling this way. I prefer scrolling up and down and having like 3 or 4 rows across. And look at that, the way it jerks around. That's really like, look at that. That's annoying. Whereas on the Apple TV, if you go back to Plex, and again, maybe this weekend I'll do a video on how to set up Plex. So if you go here, see how buttery, see how much smoother this is. Look at this. This is so much smoother. I mean, it's not as fast or easy to scroll. I'll give you that. It's not as fast as easy to scroll. But if you go back to Plex, and I'm sorry, I just like this interface too much. I like being able to just switch around very easy. So yeah, I'm canceling that. I may cancel that 617 pre-order. I have a couple of weeks to decide, but yeah. So anyway, that's it. I'm sorry I don't have the energy level, but honestly, you know, after working the full week and working a lot of overtime this week, you know, you're lucky to get this video. I mean, but anyway, I hope you guys had an awesome week and have an awesome weekend. I may do some more videos this weekend. I don't know on what. I do have a bunch of reviews and stuff I really seriously have to get out, and some one round of interviews I have to get out. I still have all that Krypton stuff I got to get out before the season ends. And then after that, I want to try to get back on a regular schedule, reviewing and previewing TV shows and movies and all that kind of stuff. The problem is that in Florida, there are no goddamn screenings, and it's pissing me off to no end. They did not screen Avengers. Do you believe that? I was invited to the world premiere of the Avengers. I was invited to the DC screening of Avengers. But the place that I'm here at in Orlando, there was no damn screening. And Sheldon up in Canada told me there were no screenings for Avengers in Canada. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm on all the screening lists here for Orlando now. And I've only been here for a few weeks, but all the studios set me up. They're just not screening anything in this crappy state or in this crappy city. I mean, when I moved out here, I thought for sure Orlando would be pretty much this mecca of entertainment because we have Disney and everything here. But it really isn't. I mean, this entire place is basically Disney, SeaWorld, and Universal, and that's it. That's the only thing you can do around here, and it's boring. I wish I stayed in D.C., but that's just me complaining. So anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye.